Hey everybody, Big Fatty Plus there, and it's time for a rant. I know I haven't done one in quite a while, but this particular topic has really gotten my ire up, and I figure my ire's up enough, I'm gonna do the rant. And first of all, I'm gonna show off the game that I'm doing the rant play on, Terraria, and show off the Squirrel's Nest. Terraria, a game about creativity, ingenuity, and whatnot. But yes, welcome to my... I just broke my mug. Son of a bitch. But yes, Terraria, a game about creativity. I can have a bathtub. I did not notice this now. But it's a game about creativity, making things. Ooh, I will do this. Thank you. But, yes, Terraria is a game, I keep saying this, a game about creativity and making things and showing things off and showing people just what you can do with, blocks of stuff. It's a fun game. But the topic I'm talking about ain't so fun. In fact, the topic I'm talking about could cause all this fun to end. And I will share this topic while I'm showing off the Evermore mines. Or yes, the name of my my world is Evermore, and I'm going to show off my mining system here. And I'll start by showing off my my outpost, because sometimes I go a little farther, and I need somewhere to hide from the zombies for just a little while. But, yes, my rant today is on ACTA. Or not just ACTA, but why our government, for some reason, just wants to kill our rights. Now, as of late, we the people managed to delay, hopefully permanently, the passage of two bills, SOPA and PIPA. What the hell are you doing down there, you little bastard? Welcome to Outpost Alpha here. Don't know why it won't open for some... Need to fix this. But, we just fought hard to take, and basically we protested our asses off by blackouts, by signing petitions, by calling, don't know why that opens like that, but we protested our asses off to stop two bills from getting passed. SOPA and PIPA, which in Greek, or is it Latin? I can't remember. SOPA means shut up and PIPA means blowjob. But those were two bills that would have really destroyed our rights on the internet. They would have really restricted our rights. We fought them. We defeated both the bills. Hopefully. But then our government basically has a hissy fit. Says, oh, you're going to fight our bills, huh? Guess what? In response, we're going to shut down Mega Upload, the world's biggest file sharing site. The world's biggest file sharing site is now gone. And its owner, Kim.com, who was basically the definition of opulent, is now in prison in New Zealand awaiting trial for, I think, hundreds of counts of copyright infringement. Here's the odd thing. There's some people who believe, oh, they did this because, someone said that they were doing this to stop terrorism. They said terrorists were using Mega Upload. Baloney. The reason Mega Upload was taken down was because the government and Hollywood, who I do blame for this issue, had a little hissy fit. Basically said, oh, you're not going to let us get these bills passed which protect our money? Oh, we're going to have a hissy fit now and get Mega Upload taken down to teach you a lesson. To scare you. Now, it comes down to this. Why is Hollywood and government working so hard to get our rights screwed over? Why? I'll tell you. Our economy, I think I've said this before, is in a shambles. The previous administration wrecked it to hell in a handbasket, and our current administration isn't doing much to fix it. If anything, actually. Which I don't think he is. He hasn't done a damn thing to fix it. In my opinion, but that's me. And because our economy is such in shambles, and people are having trouble finding work and such, people aren't spending as much money as they normally do. So they don't go out and rent or watch, or go to movie theaters and watch movies as much. Which is impacting the profit margins of Hollywood. More specifically the RIAA and the MPAA. Now, instead of blaming, maybe crap movies or bad economy for their bad sales, no, they're going to say, oh, we're going to blame the terrorists for destroying our... I may have screwed up here. We're going to blame the terrorists for destroying our money and our jobs. And saying, oh, they're legally copying our movies and making money off it, and we're not seeing any of it, and that's why our profits are bad. When in reality, it's they're basically saying, oh, people don't like our movies, and they're sharing them online, so we're going to screw everyone's rights over just because of a certain few. And the government, being for business and money rather than actual, rights and everything, goes, okay, you're going to lobby and give us tons of money. We're going to go right along with your little plan and screw our constituents over just so we can get extra money. And that is specifically the whole reason why Hollywood and our government is destroying our rights. Because of money. And they think that if they enact these bills, if they get these bills passed and infringe upon our rights, they will get their money back. Fat fracking chance. By screwing over people's rights, you're only going to piss them off. You're already gonna... Oh, lovely. Shit's supposed to go down at this particular time. I don't know. I'm gonna hide inside my outpost here. But I'm just gonna wait this out. I don't want to be anywhere else right now. But the governments and the Hollywood are, at this point, they're doing anything they can. The entertainment industry itself is trying to do anything they can to, away from my house. They're doing anything they can to protect their money, even if it means destroying people's rights. I mean, you all know the douchebaggery that EA is doing. Nickel and diming its customers, forcing people to join Origin just to play their older games. They're doing anything and everything they can to screw over people just for, just for money. The entertainment industry has gotten bad. That knocking is really getting annoying. I don't know how the frack you guys got in, but you're dead now. Woo! Okay, so they can go through the wall, stuff like. But the entertainment industry is doing anything and everything they can to protect their money at the cost of our rights. That's the purest, simplest thing I can think of. That's why they're constantly That's why they're constantly lobbying for all these various bills to get passed. I mean, shoot. And it's why that whenever their bills get passed, they have a little hissy fit. Shoot, then, like I said, they lost Sopa and Pippa, so they had Mega Upload taken down. They had the Supreme Court rule that public domain no longer applies. Basically, everything in the public domain is now fair game for people putting copyrights on, which means, public domain is worthless now. There is no public domain anymore. So by all intents and purposes, fair use doesn't exist anymore. Even though it should. They're doing everything they can to screw over our rights to protect any amount of their money. They think everyone in the world is sharing movies, music, and products illegally. It's not true. There are people who go out and spend legitimate money for these games. But they don't care. They don't care. I have a video in my description which basically explains it. I'll give you the gist with what ACTA does. And how, basically this. ACTA is supposed to, let me read this off here. ACTA is the Anti-Counterfeiting Trade Agreement, which is a proposed plurilateral agreement for the purpose of establishing international standards on intellectual property rights enforcement in Europe. And just because it says Europe doesn't mean it doesn't apply over here, because they're wanting to get it passed over here. Here's the thing. If ACTA is in place, basically it is, the video explains it very well, but I'll reiterate. You go to a cooking class and learn how to cook a rotisserie chicken. You learn it. You go home and teach your friend, your mother, your spouse, or whatever, the same recipe, the same way. ACTA, under ACTA, what you just did was illegal. You just violated copyright. So just by telling, someone, what you learned in that class, because they didn't pay to take that class, they should not learn what you just learned, and therefore you should not have any right to say, to tell them. So if you go and you tell that person how you did that recipe, what you learned, you just violated copyright. You could be fined or put in jail. I mean, the video in the description explains it far better than I can, because, I ramble. But ACTA is basically, the way I see it is, Sopa and Pippa are basically the mini-bosses trying to stop the internet. We managed to protest enough to get them shelved. ACTA, as far as I can tell, is the big boss. The big level boss. And it's going to take a lot more to get ACTA stopped, because the thing is, it's not just being worked on here. It's being worked on all over the world. It's being worked on in other countries. In Europe, in Russia, all the countries over there are working on this bill, just like we are. Just like our country is. And unfortunately, it's getting annoying. And unfortunately, they're having just as bad trying to keep. They're having just as bad a time trying to get these bills from being passed as we are. And this is a fight. This is a boss that everyone's got to join in on. Not just Americans, but the world's got to join in on stopping this bill. If this bill passes anywhere, that's a loss. That's a defeat. Because no one should be facing this kind of destruction of rights in the name of money. Now, the blackout protests were very effective. People calling their congressmen, leaving emails and everything. That was effective. This one is going to take more than that. ACTA is going to take a lot more to get over, in my opinion. And this is what I propose that we do to fight ACTA. Screw you guys, I'm going down here. I propose that we as a people of the world boycott the entertainment industry as a whole. Boycott, everything. Boycott anything that isn't food, basically. And let those in power realize, hey, they're not going to let us do this anymore. We can't keep screwing their rights over, or they're not going to take it. We've got to boycott everything. Don't go to movies. Don't use Netflix. Don't buy toys from other movies. Don't buy things from companies that support these bills. In terms of video games, don't buy video games from companies that support these type of actions. Companies that like EA, WWE and such. Don't buy their products. If you already have their products, that's fine, but don't go out and buy any more. Don't buy any more from EA. Don't go buy new video games from companies that are participating in this, that support these type of bills. Support companies that don't support it, like Square Enix, or Square Enix doesn't support it directly. The makers of Borderlands, I'm pretty sure, doesn't support it. I can't fracking remember. Oh, Xseed, the makers of Xenoblade Chronicles, who they're finally bringing it over. So Operation Rainfall worked. The petition worked. They finally decided they're going to take a chance and bring Xenoblade Chronicles over. Support them. Support companies that are taking a chance in the American economy, like Xseed, that's bringing over games that they originally said they weren't going to because their business model said it wouldn't be effective. They're taking a chance, Support them. Support small businesses. Don't go to a big... When you go out for food, don't go to a big restaurant chain like McDonald's or Burger King. Go to a small restaurant. I have a burger restaurant in the mall called Red Burger. Support them. I have another one in the mall called Kebab House. I support them. Don't support the big companies like Chick-fil-A and Pizza Hut and Papa John's. Support the small pizza places like Little Caesars. Little Caesars is small. Support home mom and pop places. Don't buy brand name products. Buy cheap products. Don't support the entertainment industry at all. In terms of the big companies. If you want to buy something, buy it from an independent company. Going back to the object video games, if you want a game to play, either go and buy a used game from GameStop, because the company won't see any money from that except for GameStop, or Better yet, get Terraria. Get BitTrip Runner. Get Jamestown. Get Gratuitous Space Battles. Get Machinarium. Get games made by independent companies. You know? Get games from independent companies, independent makers. You know, get games from companies that have no publisher. They're just releasing it on their own time. You know, go get Minecraft, for crying out loud. You know, go support the small. Go support the small businesses. Don't support the big stuff. Let the government let the Hollywood know that we're tired of our rights getting screwed over just because you want money. We're not taking it anymore. If you want to continue to have money, you're going to have to start working on the people's terms. And if you don't like that, you can GTFO. If you are so insistent on having your money, then maybe you shouldn't be dealing with the American economy. I can't go this way. You know, it's simple. Just, again, there's probably other people out there who've explained it far better than I can. I am not a well-spoken person by any means. I mean, y'all know that. But the thing is, my opinion, we shouldn't be supporting companies that support destroying our freedoms in the name of their bottom lines. You know? If you gotta go buy a car because you need a vehicle, go buy a used one. Or go buy one off of the want ads, you know? Yep. Go buy one that that someone's just selling that works, you know? Don't give any money to the auto manufacturers. Let them know we're not gonna let them screw over our rights too, just because they want money. Let the economy know that we're willing to let it go downhill to make a point. This is gonna hurt. Okay, I just want to see how far I can get here. Let them know. Fight it. I can't mine any of the shit here because my axes aren't strong enough. Took care of your ass. But seriously, let them know. You know, if we all together boycott all these major industries, hopefully they will learn that what's more important than their bottom lines is making sure their customers are happy and making sure they're not willing to do everything they can to screw over their customers just for a healthy bottom line. If they learn that, just maybe, we can fix the world a little bit. But everybody's got to be in on it. We got to, boycott everything. Like I said, don't go to McDonald's. Don't go to movies. Yeah, I'm gonna quit because I'm getting ambushed and I'm not ready. But basically, yeah. If we boycott the entertainment industry as a whole, we could do some good damage. Maybe they'll, of course, at the same token, we could boycott the entertainment industry, and they could have a little hissy fit and go, "No, you're not gonna boycott us. We'll screw over we'll screw over your rights even more if you boycott us." In which case, if they do, that would just prove, without a shadow of a doubt, that our government is beyond corrupt and needs fixing. And if anything, the people have shown that when rights are in danger, the people will step up. I don't need that. fight it. Let's see, 7, 8, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Yeah, fight it. Let them know we're not gonna take this anymore. And if you're gonna keep just trying to screw over our rights just because you want money, we're not gonna stand for that. We're gonna fight it. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that right now. I mean, again, I apologize. You know, I tend to ramble, especially when I'm angry. I'm not a very well-spoken person, but I hope I got my point across. I hope y'all understood what I meant. And until the next, whatever the hell I do, it's Big Fatty Plus. Sayonara. And like I said, maybe if we boycotted everything, maybe our government and the entertainment industry would realize that their business models all need to change.